So my name is Kayra Belle. Born and raised Boston, Massachusetts, Dorchester to be exact. I currently provide services such as microblading, which is a form of eyebrow tattoo, semi-permanent. I also offer eyebrow tinting, makeup, and teeth whitening. My previous name was Kayra Slays. That's what a lot of people know me as. I've been doing that since 2017. Now I'm rebranding, and my brand is going to be Luxury Belle Studios. That's the name of my salon, which is located in Brookline, Massachusetts, on Boylston Street. And I'm also coming out with a
You fancy. She said
listen,
Boston
listen,
Street.
Boylston.
That's what I'm talking about.
And also, I'm coming out with a cosmetic line, which is Luxury Belle Cosmetics. And on that cosmetic line, we will have 24 shades of foundation, lip liners, lipsticks, lip glosses, eyelashes, brushes, eyebrow pomades, and more to come.
So can I ask you a question? What
Yeah.
don't you have?
Listen, actually, setting powders, that's coming soon. I plan every year just to release something new and keep the people waiting.
So you have like, you really doing it.
Yeah. Everything is going to be my brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what you call being a real entrepreneur. Really branding yourself, really putting yourself out there. That's dope.
Yeah.
And what year did you start? You said 2017?
Yes, 2017. I started after a semester at Fitchburg State. Yeah, so I used to do the girls in my dorm. Like, I used to do their makeup, whatever, before we went out. And they're like, when you go back home after the semester, you should really start doing it as a business. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. And that's how it started.
That's
Yep.
crazy. One thing, and I talk about this every week because anytime I have somebody that start like an artist, a CEO, a business owner, somebody that offers any type of service, it kind of happens on accident.
Yep.
It never really like happens on purpose, and it's kind of dope because it's like you're just taking things that you normally like to do,
Right.
things that you regularly do that makes you happy, and those same things that make you happy is what ends up making you money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually that's really dope, and it's really cool. And just for the people that's listening, if you have anything, if you have a talent, don't sleep on your talent. Always try to promote yourself. Always try to put yourself out there. I've been doing these interviews for a while, and it seems like everyone that I interview has a story that, this happened on accident. So follow your dreams. I think that's very important. And for my next question, I wanted to know, how did it all start? In terms of like, how did you actually? I know your friends told you, but like, you got back home.
Yeah.
What did you do from there? Like,
So when I got back home, I was a broke college kid. So literally, it's so funny. I used my money that I got for Christmas, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna save this money, and I'm gonna just start off my kit. This was just when I was doing makeup. I only thought I wanted to do makeup at that point. So I was like, okay. So I just saved my money from Christmas, and then I was like, you know what? Let me just buy some makeup, start off my kit. That's how it started. My cousin, she let me work in her salon on Dorchester Ave. No, not Dorchester Ave, Blue Hill Ave. So I was working there for maybe like 8 months or so, just building up my clientele. It was a very busy salon, so pretty much they saw me in there doing faces. They're getting ready to go out. They're like, do my face, put my lashes on. So that's pretty much how it started. I built my clientele from there. Facebook helped. I got back on Instagram at that time because before I wasn't using Instagram, but definitely social media helps like a lot. Yeah, and pretty much just like word of mouth.
that's dope. Word of mouth. I used to work for a marketing company, so word of mouth, like radio, ads, things like like social media only reaches a certain amount of people, but word of mouth literally reaches everybody.
Yes.
Because a friend could tell another friend, could tell another friend. You don't miss people, and that's one thing. When you provide a good service, when you provide something that people want
Right.
and people need, they'll tell everybody. They gonna call like, "Hey, you need to go see her." hey, you need, you know what I'm saying? So that's definitely important. And I'm saying these facts because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that want to get into business. There's a lot of people that, you know, maybe a little timid, a little scared, a little shy. But as I said, if you have something that you're good at, that you like to do, honestly, it's better to do that than to work for somebody else. It's gonna be hard. It's not easy, and I'm gonna get in. That's gonna lead me to my next question. What challenges have you faced in terms of like throughout the beginning process? Was there any challenges, and how did you get over those challenges?
I want to say my biggest challenge, it was something I struggled with, was definitely comparing myself to other people, like my work to other people. Um, and that, like, at one point, I literally like gave up. I gave up. I wasn't even taking clients like that, and I got a full time job, and I think I was working as like an RBT or something like that.
What's
And
RBT? What's RBT?
registered behavioral technician. So I
Oh,
was
okay.
working with kids with autism and stuff like. I always worked in child care and
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
I love working with people. That's what my degree is in, human services.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so I was doing that, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do makeup and all this stuff on the side. I'm like, because I wasn't blowing up how I wanted to blow up. But everything happens when it's supposed to happen. Um, but yeah, I think that was my biggest struggle, comparing my work and myself to other people. So once I stopped doing that and I focused and I was in my own lane, then from there it was smooth sailing.
It's funny that you say that, um, because at me as a DJ too, it's like I'm always, not always, but I'm always comparing my work to others. Not that I care, because I don't,
Right.
but it's just like, oh, they did that. How do they do that? How can I? And it's like you're stopping your growth. Do you think that you would have been that much further had you not looked at other people's work and just focused on yourself and kind of have tunnel vision?
Definitely.
Definitely. Okay.
Definitely.
That's dope. Um, are there any for my next question, are there any other artists in terms of like people that do makeup or any inspirations that you have? Anybody that like you was like, I like what they do. I'm gonna kind of mimic what they do, but make it my own. Because similar to like, are you familiar with basketball?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm pretty sure you know Michael Jordan and Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe is very similar to Michael, but he made his game his own. You know what I'm saying? And everybody growing up, you know what I'm saying? And I'm guilty of this. I used to ball up the paper, and when I balled up the paper, I used to do a little fadeaway Kobe.
Yep.
You know, and it went in, everybody went crazy. So it's like, is there anybody that like influenced you in that way where I wanted to do what they do, but make it my own, have my own signature on it, have my own, you know?
I would say two, let's say makeup artists. I would say her name is Miss Jazz MUA. She's in Atlanta. And then Erica LaPearl. She's actually Cardi B's makeup artist. And I used to stalk them down. I'm like, I want to know the products they're using. I want to know how they started. So definitely I looked at them. Microblading wise, there is a microblading technician in New York. Her name is Brow Brat. I looked at her a lot too. Yeah, definitely looked at their work.
And what about them specifically was like, yeah, I gotta follow, I gotta check that out. What was it like? The creativity? Was there a style to the way they did things? Because everyone has their own style and their own kind of trademark. You know, like even behind you, if you don't mind showing behind, if you look under the microphone, I know a lot of people can't really see, but under the microphone is a small signature. That signature is actually somebody that I went to high school with. They did all the paintings in the studio. And it's funny because when we used to be together in math class, I can tell that's his style. He just developed it that much more. For example, you see this, what is that, C.E.O? The gas station sign? That's literally, you could see that sign from the Mass Pike and know that our school is right under. well, the high school. I went to Boston Arts Academy.
Okay.
So it's like, was there any, how would I say, any signature thing that like you was like, yeah, I need a, oh nah.
I mean, when it came to like makeup, I really looked at like complexion. That was really big for me.
Ah, okay.
Like I noticed like when I first started, everyone was really big on like eyes and eyeshadow. I've never really been into the eye part so much.
Yeah.
I've always been into like complexion because I found that a lot of my clients, especially clients of like darker complexion, they're like, I don't want to look ashy. I don't want to look like too like casket ready or whatever. So that was my thing. I was like, okay, so I have to, and it took a while to master like various skin tones, but especially like brown and darker skin tones. That was a big thing. So
Okay. And do you have any like signature?
looks.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. Okay. That's all I want.
So my signature look, literally, and everyone comes to me for it. It's usually like a neutral type of eye look, nothing too crazy. I always do the brown lip liner and a nude lip. Like that's my signature look. And the same products that I've been using on my clients, and a lot of them don't even know that I've been using it on them. I've been lying and saying it's other products, but it's really been mine. But I've been using that on them, and that's going to be available for purchase too.
Nice, nice. Do you have like a website or?
I do. So the website is luxurybellcosmetics.com. Everything will launch when I have my grand opening, and that will be soon.
If you need a DJ for your
Yeah, listen, you know it.
But yeah, so interestingly enough, I heard of you through I would say a family friend, like very close family.
Okay.
And I have a few family members that like they come to you, and they were like, I remember when she was doing at one point, if it's true or not, was you doing makeup on a porch, or like you designed your own or made your own like
in my garage.
In your garage.
It was in the garage.
So
yeah.
I heard about that story, and I was like, and they showed me pictures too.
Yeah.
They showed me pictures, and I was like, whoa.
Mhm.
I was like, literally, like when Drake said start from the bottom. Not to say that, yeah,
right.
But it's like you really built yourself up and promoted yourself and believed in yourself to the point where you have your own space.
Yeah.
And when I seen that, I actually was scrolling through Facebook and I seen somebody say congratulations, and I was actually with that family member, and I showed them. They was like, "Oh, I know her. I go to her all the." I was like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "I go to her all the time." I was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they showed me pictures, and she was like, "Yeah, she used to do makeup and all." I was like, "That's dope."
Yep.
I was like, "Is she from Boston?" They're like, "Yeah."
Mhm.
I'm like, "So why is she not on the show
right.
yet?" Like,
right. Yep.
So I had to contact you. Literally, I believe I contacted you the same day.
Okay.
So explain to me that story in terms of like doing things doing things from the garage, and how you transitioned into having your own storefront, and also the feeling of, how did you feel when you finally got to that goal? Because I'm pretty sure it was a goal, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
All right.
It felt, the first feeling that comes to mind, I would say, was fear. Because I just have a fear of like failing. But it was definitely like a breath of fresh air. I always wanted to take my hobby to be like my career. I wanted to take it seriously, and I feel as though not everyone will take it as seriously when you're working from your home or you're working from your garage. Despite my setup was very, professional. I made sure it was super comfortable for my clients and everything, but I knew, and I always say this to my clients, that my business, my dream was bigger than those four walls that I was working in. So definitely that played a major part in me, moving and getting the spot that I'm at now.
Okay, and how did it feel? Like in terms of what was that initial feeling when you and get into it? Like, was your family excited for you? Was like auntie calling you like, oh my god, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, they were all like very excited. Um, they were very excited because everyone from young, I've always been like a super girly girl. I've always been like into makeup and hair and all that stuff. When I was 12, I started out doing nails. When I was like 12 years old, I used to go to
really?
yeah, I used to go to CVS. I used to buy little kiss kits with the for the acrylics and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to do I used to do acrylics on everybody. Um, so yeah, that's how I started. I've always been like into beauty and stuff. So from there, I was like, I don't really like nails. Then it was makeup, and I think my love for makeup kind of came from like when I was young. I want to say maybe like I don't know, like 12, 13. That's when I said I always wanted to be a mortician.
Really?
Yeah, I always.
So where did that come? All right, I'm gonna give you your time.
All right.
Explain. I want to hear
Okay.
it all because I just want the people to know where you really came from, and and where you're going. We gonna get into where you're
Yeah.
going as well.
So yes, I've always wanted to be a mortician. I just wanted to be the person to like do the hair, do the makeup, and I never thought of doing it on live people. I don't know why, but I've always been like interested in like afterlife and all that stuff. Until I went to my first funeral, then I was scared. So the mortician thing was out the window. Um, but I want to say maybe like 15. That's when I started like 15, 16. I started wearing makeup, doing it on myself, doing it on other people occasionally. That's when I took it a little bit more seriously. Um, but definitely, I want to say my family, my friends, um, they see it. They saw my talent before I even saw it. So definitely, they helped me because without them and encouraging me to do what I'm doing now, I probably wouldn't have done it. Um, and I was a Mecco kid. I went to Wakefield, and I felt like no one really did like trades over there. It was kind of like, okay, you're gonna go to a 4 year college, and then you're gonna get your degree. You're
Yeah.
gonna work for someone, and yeah, you're gonna have benefits and whatever. So that was what I thought my life was going to be. It was going to go to school, work for someone else, whatever. I'm like, wait a minute. For one, I've had probably every job you can think of. I don't like working for people, and the minute I don't like a job, I quit. I've always been like that. My family knew I was like that. It would be like 4 months, and I was like, yeah, I'm gone. But the only thing that really stuck was me working for myself, running things the way I want to run it. And I'm very big on like management. A lot of people don't know how to run businesses or run companies, and when I run my business, I can run it how I want to. I can have my level of professionalism. So
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's actually a big story, and it's like you can kind of see it now that you're telling the story. You can kind of see where you came from
right.
and also where you're going.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna kind of flip the switch a little
Hmm.
and talk about the future. And I know you said for each year, I don't even know if you do like seasons. I'm pretty sure you'll get there, or you're
Hmm.
probably already there. I don't
Yeah.
know. But are you? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? And do you have any goals that you would like to share? Sometimes, people don't like to share their goals, but is there something specifically like, yeah, I got to see myself here in this amount of time? Do you see yourself maybe second location?
Definitely.
Okay.
Not here though.
Not, ooh,
Not here.
okay.
Yeah.
You don't got to tell me where, So we can talk about that off air, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely. Maybe a bigger location here. Um, I still want to stay in the same area.
Okay.
So like Brookline, I really like that area. Um, so a bigger location, um, definitely a second location, but I want to do. So no one has really seen too much of the inside of my salon, but I basically have like suites in there. And my plan is to eventually do that 1,000 times bigger. Because I know there's a lot of girls who do nails, they do hair, and so many of lashes, and so many of these girls are doing it out of their bedroom, like, and that's like your personal space, but they're trying to make their money. I get it. Luckily, I was blessed enough to have the space in my house to go in my garage and glam it up, so they don't even have to walk through my house. They have their own like entrance or whatever. But there's a lot of people who don't have that space. So I want to do what I'm doing, but bigger, to offer a space to people that they can run their business. They can be their own independent contractor.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's
And a lot of people don't want the stress of owning their own salon. Like, it's a lot. Like, I knew it
I
was
could
a lot.
imagine.
I knew it was a lot, but now that I'm like actually doing it, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. So definitely I want to do the whole suites idea so that people can, just come in, pay a little rent, do their work, bam, boom, that's it.
Do I hear franchise?
Definitely. I'm telling you, like, I have so many like ideas when it comes, all in which are in the beauty industry. But this is literally like $1 billion industry. Like, it's always going to be money. That's another thing too. Like, going back to what I said about comparing myself to other people and stuff like that. I feel that a lot of times people, they kind of, you know, look away from like their dreams or whatever, especially when it comes to this industry, because they say it's overly saturated, which I guess you could say that, but I always use the saying, you probably heard it, like when you go down the bread aisle, there's all these different brands of bread.
Yeah.
They're all still making money. They're all still on the shelf.
Right.
It's the same thing with makeup, with lashes. I'm the type of person now that I don't care who's doing what. You can be doing microblading, teeth whitening, makeup, all the services I provide. I'm still going to support you. I'm going to still share, because what's for me is always going to be for me. And I feel like there's so much money in the world. There's so much money in Boston that,
Especially Boston. People don't, and I think a lot of people don't understand how much money
it
really
they
is
don't
in Boston.
they don't understand.
Like, and granted, living in Boston is very expensive. We get it. But with it being very expensive, there's somebody out there that owns the apartment you're living in. There's somebody that owns it's not a duplex. I don't know if we call it triplex or whatever, but like the 3-family home that you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Boston is known for 3-family homes. So
Yep.
especially like, trust me, I've been trying to get into real estate. So I've been really researching, and so there's a lot of money in Boston, and people don't realize it. They want to move to Texas. There's more money in Boston than Texas. Granted, it's a good market.
Yeah.
To like, people like beauty, people like music, people like art, but like, when it comes to Boston, Boston's like one of those hidden gems. And a lot of people don't realize there's money to be made out here. And I feel like you definitely realized it, and you definitely are capitalizing on that opportunity. And I love where you're going. I support you.
Thank
I
you.
support.
Thank
That's
you.
I had to have you on here. So I really support what you're doing. All right. So my next question, in terms of like family, right? When you told your family, all right, this is what I'm going to do full time, were they like, go do it? Or were they like, do it, but like, have a backup? Because
I don't want to. They never said have a backup, because I was always the one that always like.
Oh, you a go getter.
Already had a backup. So
Oh.
While I was doing this, I was still in college. So yeah, so I was still in college. But I was in college full time, but I was also doing this full time, because school and my hours,
That's
me clocking
crazy.
into somebody, it just wasn't gonna work. So yeah, school actually made me do this full time. So it was me being in school.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
And that's dope. Like they didn't really say don't do it, but like I can tell you're a hustler. I can
Yeah.
tell you like, all right, I'm gonna go get it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna do it, and you definitely are doing it. So I have to congratulate you on
Thank
that.
you.
And I didn't get to formally congratulate you in person, but definitely congratulations on getting your own storefront. That's a big move,
Thank
and I
you.
think it's a very important move, especially as a business owner. So definitely in Brookline too. I used to work in Brookline,
Yep.
so it's definitely a good look. Uh, do you mind telling the people how can they book your services? How can they get in contact with you? Are you taking bookings right now, or you're like on
So
hold? Or?
nope. So right now I'm still taking bookings. My schedule is a little crazy. My clients don't like it, but I'm trying to get stuff together with the salon. But right now, you can access my link on Facebook. My name is Kayra Belle, KayrabellE. My Instagram is Kayra Belle, Kayrabelle_. Um, right now I'm kind of in the middle. My personal page is my business page because I haven't launched my official business pages yet. But those will be officially launched when I have my grand opening, which should be in June.
Oh, June.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna look in the camera. I'm gonna look directly in the camera. So people, if you're booking her, if you want her services, please take the extra mile. Go on her business page, and book her. And here's why I say that. A lot of people hit me up on my personal page, and I don't want to be rude, so I still respond. But I know business pages are meant to conduct business. Hence, I changed about 2 years ago. I changed my personal Instagram to a business Instagram. One time, I deleted almost everything and kind of rebranded myself in a sense. So I put kind of different content now and so on and so forth. But business pages are for business. So feel free to hit her up. And trust me, the more you hit her up, the more you contact her, the more you reach out, is the more she will upgrade that page and the more she will, obviously, I know she'll do her thing, but the more she'll make the page for the people in terms of like being able to be more accessible and all that. Because Facebook have those options now where you could have auto responses. And
Yep.
it's funny, I was calling a pizza store, because I was ordering pizza for all the other store managers in the area. We had a meeting, and I called a pizza store, and it was like, press 1 to text your order. It's like, what? So, and I was like, press 2 to call into, to call whatever and da 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 da. So I'm like, I didn't even hear 2. I was like, all right, let me press 1. Boom. I press 1. I got a text on my phone. I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. So then I started texting the whole order. It was like 20 different things because I'm ordering for all the managers in the district, as well as myself, another manager. And I'm like, it's asking me, okay, delivery or pickup? I put type delivery, send. Okay, what's the address? Oh, da 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 da. Text the address, send. All right. Do you have any food allergies that you would like us to be? Wait, what? Yo, I was like, okay. And I text the order, and after I text the order, okay. It was like, it said, what did it say? In a few moments, one of our representatives, meaning like one of the people at the pizza store, will get back to you. And they text me. I don't know if they were typing on a computer. They text me, okay, would you? I have a question about this X, Y, and Z. They was like, your total's this. I was like, yeah, I would like to pay through card. As soon as I told them I wanted to pay through card, boom, they called me. I was like, hello? They was like, yeah, what's the card number? Technology is amazing, people. So make sure you contact her on the business page. Make sure you support her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any and one more thing.
Yes.
I always ask. I believe I ask most of the people that come in.
Hmm.
What is something that the people don't know about you? Like a hobby you love to do, or outside of your business.
Um. Um. I. I guess I'm kind of funny. So I say I love to laugh. Um. What else? What else? People don't know. I'm really outgoing. I guess like when people see me, they might not think I'm outgoing, but I'm super outgoing and I'm very friendly. I talk to anybody.
Yeah, and that's a funny thing. I thought you were like mad quiet. I'm like, and I'm like, whoa.
No, yeah,
I'm
I'm
like,
not quiet.
yeah,
It's the Gemini in me.
okay, okay. I don't like Gemini.
Gemini,
I don't.
June 11th.
See, here's the thing. So here go the engineer talking about Gemini. No, I don't like y'all Geminis. I don't. But
We
I
the
like
best.
no we I'm cool with you. My engineer though, my engineer. We always argue, and I'm like, no, get this angle, please. Change your camera here, please. And but it's all good. One of my good friends is a Gemini too. If she's listening, don't kill me. I don't want to get no texts, no angry texts or nothing, please. All right,
We
but
got the two sides.
yeah, but you heard it here first on the Shot O'Clock show. I want to thank you first and foremost for just being a special guest. You were a lovely guest,
Thank you.
and you were open. I like that. You just was an open book and explained to everybody, everything.
Yes.
So yes, make sure you have it locked in on the Shot O'Clock show, DJ Prospect, each and every Tuesday and Thursdays. All right, and you gave them your Instagram, gave them. All right.
Yep.
So we out. We about to play some music, and yeah, let's go from there.